A pipeline leak has caused a devastating oil spill off the coast of Southern California. Find out more in tonight's show.
And President Ricky Shabazz has a plan that could help students dealing with the housing crisis. Learn more in my in-depth report.
The MLB postseason is underway and history was made on the racetrack. I have more on that later in sports.
And is all the gloomy weather a sign for another storm? I have all the information you need in weather.
Newscene starts now. I'm Ingrid Estrella, and welcome to this week's edition of Newscene, a broadcast produced by the students of San Diego City College. Every Wednesday, we bring you the latest news of the week. The college requires everyone to wear a face mask indoors, and that includes all of our crew here in our studio. We have an exemption for those of us on camera. We continue to follow all necessary local, state, and federal guidelines to ensure a safe environment for those back on campus, but we remain as focused as ever on bringing you the latest news. We start tonight with a pipeline leak that caused a major oil spill off the coast of Southern California. Over 100,000 gallons of oil has poured into the Pacific Ocean since last Friday, and already the spill is reaching off the shores of Orange County and tragically harming birds and other sea life. Environmentalists say it is possible the oil could make its way down here to San Diego. Divers are currently inspecting the pipeline for the cause of the leak. Governor Gavin Newsom has proclaimed a state of emergency on Monday in response. On-campus housing may be coming to City College. President Ricky Shabazz has proposed building affordable housing units using a vacant building. Jillian has more in this week's in-depth report.
Finding housing in San Diego has been a challenge for many, but City College is working to turn vacant property into a home for students and employees looking for low-income housing. President Ricky Shabazz announced plans to turn the Child Development Center into affordable housing during the September 28th College Council meeting.
If we can develop a partnership with the city who has money for affordable housing, potentially what I would really like to do in addition to providing housing for students is offer 5 to 10 units for our lowest paid employees.
The plan would require teaming up with the City of San Diego to draw housing funds. The proposal is coming at a time when the eviction moratorium has come to an end, and the median housing price has gone up. The focus will be on building affordable apartments and single resident occupancy units. The plan could create between 200 to 500 units. And that's all we have for In-Depth. Back to you, Estrella.
Thank you, Jillian. The cost of living in San Diego is no joke. This would be a big development for the City College community. And San Diego City College is helping students struggling with food insecurity. The school has partnered with Feeding San Diego and the San Diego Food Bank to bring back Hunger Action Days. These events started when the campus food pantry was closed due to COVID-19. Hunger Action Day is the first Tuesday and third Monday of the month. Look for the next one on November 2nd. And would you know what to do with the bag of donated food? You now have an answer with the City Cooking Challenge.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this semester's first City Cooking Challenge. My name is Susana Serrano, and I will be taking over.
Susana Serrano shows you how to make a delicious meal from her Hunger Action Day haul. Get hungry for more videos from City Cooking Challenge by visiting sdcitytimes.com. And San Diego City and Mesa College received a $10 million grant from the U.S. Department of Education. This award will increase the number of Latinx and Hispanic STEM graduates at the community college level. The grant will also help these students transfer to UCs and CSUs so they can complete their 4-year degrees. A popular pop star is voicing her frustrations to her fans. Find out who in entertainment. Then, later in sports, the Aztecs are back in the national ranking. Find out where after the break. Stay with Newscene.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
And a San Diegan has won the Nobel Prize for Medicine. Ardem Pataputian won for his discovery of cell receptors that enable humans to feel temperature and touch. The discovery opened the door for much more research of the human nervous system. The Scripps research scientist will share his award winnings with his longtime associate, David Julius. Also, the big ships are back in San Diego's harbor. The Disney Wonder will leave San Diego for a 4-day cruise to Cabo San Lucas this Friday. It's the first voyage since spring 2020 when the pandemic ended all cruises. One big change, all crew members and guests will be required to be fully vaccinated. San Diego is home to one of the busiest cruise ports in the state. 80s fans in San Diego, rejoice. Susana will now bring us the right stuff with entertainment.
Thank you, Estrella. Daniel Craig is set to take his last bow as James Bond this week.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
No Time to Die is the latest in the 5-part action movie saga set to cap Craig's tenure as the famous spy. The film is also poised to do exceedingly well in the box office with over $100 million expected in ticket sales. And boy band fans have something to look forward to. New Kids on the Block are coming to San Diego. Viejas Arena at San Diego State University will welcome the pop band on May 26th. The mixtape tour is also expected to have appearances from Salt and Peppa, Rick Astley, and En Vogue. The last time NKOTB was in San Diego was in mid-2019, just before the pandemic shuttered concerts.
Shut the up about our body! Oh my God! Shut up!
And that was Billie Eilish voicing her frustrations to her fans. Eilish slammed the Texas abortion laws during a concert in Austin, Texas. The Bad Guy singer said she almost canceled her performance, but then remembered her audience were the victims of the new law. During her performance, Eilish had large projections that read "bands off our bodies." That is all I have for you tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, Susana. We will be sad watching Daniel Craig retire as James Bond. Everyone start placing your bets on who will be our next secret agent. Continuing with our local news, the land around Pechanga Arena, San Diego is up for sale once again. But this time, the state of California is watching. Interested developers now have 60 days to propose a redevelopment plan. The arena that is home to San Diego Gulls and Sockers was first opened back in 1966. Now let's go to sports, where Joel Garcia has the latest on the Aztecs, as well as Major League Baseball's postseason.
Thanks, Estrella. The MLB postseason is in full swing, and the first game took place last night in Boston. The Red Sox and New York Yankees faced off last night in the American League wildcard game. In it, Boston eliminated the Yankees 6-2 in a packed Fenway Park. The Red Sox now move on to the AL Division Series to take on the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow night. And the bye week didn't just bring needed rest for the San Diego State football team. The Aztecs moved into the Associated Press's top 25. SDSU slipped in at the bottom at number 25. It's the first time the Aztecs have been ranked since 2019. Back then, they moved up to number 24. The undefeated Aztecs' next game is this Saturday in Carson when they take on New Mexico. And finally, history's been made this week in NASCAR. Bubba Wallace has become the first black driver to win a NASCAR Premier Series race in nearly 60 years. Wallace won the Yellowwood 500 at Talladega Superspeedway, a race that was long delayed by rain and was abruptly ended by rain. Wallace is only the second African American to win a race in the Cup Series. Wendell Scott was the first to do so all the way back in 1963. And that is all for sports. Back to you.
Thank you, Joel. Congratulations to SDSU for making rank, and good luck to all of the MLB teams heading into playoff season. Switching gears, how crazy were these lightning storms this week? Michael, what's going on with the weather?
Thank you, Australia, for that. This week we're going to talk about this past week's weather and this upcoming week's weather. It looks fine over here, but we might be having some storms coming up, so let's get into that. This week we had a big, huge storm that caused some floods, some power went out, and hopefully everybody was okay after that. This upcoming, we might have a new storm coming in that may be the same. But the weather will be getting a little cooler, so wear light jackets or a sweater, so we'll be prepared for that. On to our next slide. The current temperatures in the coast are going to be pretty cloudy, and the inland are going to be cloudy as well, in the 64, 61, so light jackets for that. And then in the mountains and the deserts, it's going to be looking a little foggy, so be prepared to put on your high beams, and the weather's going to be about a 57 and a 54 during that. And we're going to talk about tonight's temperatures on the next slide, if we can move on to that. All right, so over here in tonight's temperatures, as you can see, over in Oceanside, it's going to be pretty high, about a 73, and Encinitas are going to have about a 64. Del Mar and Escondido, it's going to be 59 and 62. Here in San Diego, the weather is going to be about 64, and Chula Vista 64 as well. Over in the mountains, you can see Julian and Discondo and Mount Laguna. It's going to be pretty low, 51, so that's where our foggy weather is going to be, and you might need some jackets over for that. In Tecate and Campo, we have a 57 and a 54, so pretty low over there as well. Foggy and light jackets for that as well. And then this week, we might have an upcoming storm about maybe Thursday or Friday, rains, and maybe another flood, so be prepared for that. And that's what I have for weather this week, so I want to thank you guys all for that.
Thank you, Michael. It would be nice to wear the 3 sweaters collecting dust in my closet. And finally tonight, Star Trek actor William Shatner is boldly going where no sci-fi star has gone before.
This is Captain Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Is there anyone on board?
The 90-year-old has been invited to space by Jeff Bezos and his space travel company, Blue Origin. Captain Kirk will be launching into space on October 12th, and he will be visiting his galactic stomping grounds for a whopping 10 minutes. Live long and prosper, San Diego. That's all we have for this week's News Scene. You can tune in for a new show every Wednesday evening on ITV or anytime you want on YouTube, and stay up to date on the latest headlines from City College and our community. Find it all on sdcitytimes.com, and remember to follow SD City News Scene on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. This is Ingrid Estrella. Good night.